Welcome all of you. This is Chetan Kumar from Ethnus Consultancy Services Private Limited, Bangalore, and I welcome all of you to this session on Aptitude Review TECH Mahindra 2021. To begin with, if you are able to hear me properly and if you are able to view my screen, quickly take a moment to type VCSC in the chat section. Okay, this is a primary acknowledgement I would need from all of you. Quickly type voice clear, screen clear in the chat section in terms of a short term VCSC. So I will be just closely looking at the chat section whether or not responses are there. Right. Thank you so much for confirming, and I believe that both audibility and screen visibility are confirmed. Now without further ado, we will quickly get started with the session, and today's session will be for about 1 hour 15 minutes, and we will be discussing the questions that are exactly asked in TECH Mahindra in the recent examination. So if you just prepare yourself for this kind of question, definitely you will be feeling that confidence high whenever you give your actual examination. Right. Something about us. So we are 14 years young organization in the domain of training and development, and we have been helping students to realize their dreams. So we have been continuously doing this for the past 14 years, placing students in various companies, various mass recruiters company, both on and off campus drive. And this is something about myself. My name is Chetan Kumar, and I'm working with Ethnus for the past 5 years, and I have trained more than 20,000 students across the country in leading institutions like IITs, NITs, and VITs. So before we get started, if you have not joined our Telegram channel yet, this is the right time. Link will be there in the chat section, and you can quickly click on the link and join our Telegram channel. And I'll tell you why you should join this Telegram channel, because you will be kept posted on our Telegram channel regarding all the schedules of the upcoming training. So whenever it's the last moment, so preparing on one's own will become very tedious task, right? So that's the reason why when we conduct this kind of webinars for students' benefit, you will be getting notification over there, and every information will be uploaded on the Telegram channel. So this is the right time for you to join our Telegram channel, and quizzes related to the examination, various examination will also be available on the Telegram channel. So if you haven't joined the Telegram channel yet, please do that now. Link is there in the chat section. Right. So the first question of the day is from the concept of blood relation, highly important reasoning topics. Okay, one of the highly important reasoning topics for TECH Mahindra Drive, and your time starts now. The moment when you get the answer, quickly post that in the chat section. We will see who is the first one to answer this question. Read the question fully and then tell me the answer. So your time is up, and let us check what's the right answer for this problem. See, whenever blood relation concepts are asked, you just have to identify the person who is saying the sentence. So the person who is saying the sentence is John, right? So whenever you find my in the sentence, you have to replace that my with John. So here you can see my is there, right? So that are finding the information about this Nikki, so you just have to replace that word with Nikki. So we'll just check that one. So now John is saying this to Nikki, okay, that that girl riding the bicycle. So that means the John is speaking about a girl, okay. So this is that girl. That girl riding the bicycle is the younger of the two sisters. So she is the younger of the two sisters. Whose sisters they are? They are the two sisters of the daughter. Daughter means it's a lady again, right? So these two are the sisters of a lady, and that is a daughter of my paternal uncle's wife. And let's say these two are the sisters of daughter of my paternal uncle's wife. See, the person who is saying this is John, right? So John is saying that his father's brother is said to be paternal uncle, father's brother, and uncle's wife, he's talking about uncle's wife. So that means, let's say paternal uncle is here, paternal uncle, and his wife is over here. Okay, his wife. And let's say the lady we are talking about right now, daughter of the paternal uncle's wife. So that means these two are the parents for this particular lady. So this is what the daughter we are talking about. Okay, and let's say if these two are the parents of this lady, then they will be the parents for this also, because these two are the sisters of this lady, right? So now you just read the sentence one more time. That girl riding the bicycle is younger of the two sisters of daughter, okay, sisters of a daughter of my paternal uncle's wife. And if John is saying this one, saying this person as his paternal uncle, and definitely these people will become his cousins, right? His cousins. Now the question is how the girl related to John, how the girl is related to John. Definitely they will she will be the cousin of John. So answer for this question is cousin. So I believe that you people have understood this problem. So if that is the case, quickly type a clear in the chat section. I will move on to the next question, and this question is also from blood relation concept. The question is, how is Y related to Z? This is the primary question, okay? How is Y related to Z? If U is the son of V and W, V's sister has a son X and daughter Y, and Z is the maternal uncle of X. If these relations are there, then you have to find out what's the relation between Y and Z. And your time has been activated now. Take a minute of time and then tell me the answer in the chat. And ideally, whenever you get 1 minute of time to solve a problem, within 30 seconds you need to complete reading the question, and the next 30 seconds has to be for problem solving. V is here, and let's say these two are couples, right? V and W. U is the son of these two, so that means V will be here. Okay, sorry, U will be here. U is the son of V and W, so these two are parents. Okay, and this is the son, right? Next, V's sister, that means V's sister, V is over here, right? And this particular person's sister. V's sister has, let's say this could be a sister, and she has two kids. She has two kids. One is X and one more is Y. Okay, so Y is, let's say, female, and X is male. Okay, V is connected to sister. Okay, and let's say in order to say maternal aunt, okay, Z is the maternal aunt of X, so that means Z is present over here. Okay, Z is present over here. Maternal aunt means, let's say, sister of your mother will become your aunt. So Z is the maternal aunt of X means X is here, right? So definitely this lady has to have a sister, and that sister is this Z, and then she becomes the maternal aunt. Now the question is, how is Y related to Z? Let's say if X and Y are siblings, and this Z is the maternal aunt of X, then definitely she has to be the aunt for this particular girl also, right? Y. And the question is, how is Y related to Z? Y related to Z as niece. Okay, as niece. And in the same case, if they reverse the question, how is Z related to Y, then your answer will become aunt. Okay, so you have to be extremely careful who is related to whom. The question format, you have to identify that perfectly in order to answer this question. So I believe that this question is clear to everybody. So I need your acknowledgement for sure now. Quickly type a clear in the chat section if you feel that the explanation is convincing. And the next question is ready for you. And this question is from the topic of profit and loss. And you have to be extremely good at percentage concept in order to solve problems on profit and loss. Right, let's check who is really good at profit and loss problems. And these kind of problems, the benefits that you have is in quantitative aptitude, if you're good at approximation, you don't have to solve the problem fully. Great, so we'll just move on to the explanation part now. So just look at here, on buying an article at rupees 300 and selling it, a shopkeeper incurs a loss of 11%. So that means cost price, he purchased the item at 300 rupees, right? 300 rupees, and he sold it also. And while selling, he got 11% loss. 11% loss. That means out of this 300, he has lost 11% because both profit and loss are calculated with respect to cost price, right? So 11% he has lost out of this 300. And then the customer again sells the article to his friend at 10% profit. Now you have to find out what was the price at which the customer sold the article to his friend. So in order to find out that, this selling price for the shopkeeper, or this will be the cost price for the customer, right? You have to identify that first. So shopkeeper purchases it for 300 and he incurs a loss of 11%, means the person has lost 11% of 300. Find out what is 11% of 300. Very simple it is. You can find it out like 10% plus 1% of 300. So 10% of 300 is just shifting one decimal point from right to left. That means it will become 30 directly. So always you can calculate 10% by shifting one decimal point from right to left. And 1% is what you need, right? So while calculating 10%, you shifted one decimal point, right? So while calculating 1%, you have to shift two decimal point from right to left. So 300 becomes 3 if you want to calculate 1% of that. So overall, you got 33 rupees of loss. So out of 300 rupees, he lost 33 rupees. So that means selling price will definitely become 267 because he lost 33 rupees because this is loss. This is a loss corresponding to 11%. Okay. So now the customer has received this item for 267. So this becomes cost price for the customer. 267 becomes cost price for the customer. And now he is selling it at 10% profit to his friend. So that means you have to add 10% to this particular value, that is 267. And how will you do that? Very simple, right? 267 and what is 10%? I told you already, shifting one decimal point from right to left. It will be 26.7. 26.7. And now you don't have to add it because you just look at the right side. Okay, don't add it, just look at the right side and it gives you, here it is 0, 267.00, right? Here it is 26.70. Directly only one answer choice that is having 0.70 after decimal point. So without calculating, your answer will be 293.70. Great. And I will move on to the question now. So this is the question that I'm showing to all of you. It's a question based on your understanding, purely on your understanding. You have given with two sentences here, in fact 3. So this is number 1, this is number 2, and this is number 3. Read all the 3 sentences, and if first 2 statements are definitely true, then what about the third one? Your answer choice will be true, false, or uncertain. What would be the answer? So read the first 2 and then check whether third is definitely true, definitely false, or it is uncertain. All right. So please do the needful, just solve this problem and then tell me the answer. So in order to go with this one, you should solve each sentence over here. So this year, that means if you consider 2020 and this as last year, right, 2019, not required, but still. This year, company A reported higher revenue than B and C. That means A's revenue, if I just draw it in a scale, A's revenue is higher than the revenue of B and C. Now here I don't know what will be the values of B and C, nor I know the value of A. But definitely I know that A is higher than B and C. But in the year 2019, that is the last year, revenue of company C was higher than A and B. So this is C and this is A and B. But we don't know the magnitude of this revenue, okay? We just know that it was more compared to these two. And we don't even know whether it was A for more, for company A it was more, or for company B it was more. We don't know that. Okay, that's why I'm writing like this. So now the third statement is company A's revenue for the last 2 years was higher than company B. Can you say this one? So definitely I can say this in the year 2020. But in 2019, we don't know the relationship between A and B, right? There are high chances that C is very huge. Consider like this, C is very huge, and then B is the second largest. Okay, and is the minimum one. Now in such cases, what will you do? So here, if even in this case, if you consider B is very close to A, but a slightly lower than A, then in that case, there are chances that B's revenue will be more than A's revenue, right? So since everything is uncertain here, you cannot definitely say that A's revenue will be more than B, and you cannot completely ignore that it will not be true. This is also not correct. So uncertain, we are totally uncertain about this condition since the magnitude of the revenues are not given. So I believe this question is clear to all of you. Will be assisting you quickly in this kind of a problem. See, it's a combination related problem, okay? That is combination of first element, second element, and combination of both. So something like this: 15% of the students, read here, 15% of the students have both iMobiles and Motorola. So this 15% of the students have both iMobile and Motorola. Okay, so now in this first case, 60% of the students have iMobiles. So that means there are chances that these 60% of the students, some of these 60% of the students will have Motorola phone also. So that is already been taken as 15%, right? People who have this both kind of phones. So that means if I remove that 15% from this 60, then I will get only 45% of the people who have only iMobile. Okay, this 45% of the students have only iMobile, and this 15 have both iMobile and Moto. And now tell me what will be the value of people who have only Moto. Out of this 30%, 50%, 15% have both iMobile and Moto. So remaining is only 15%. So these people will have only Moto. So that means iMobile will be there with only 45% of the students, 15% of the students will have only Moto, and 15% of the students will have both Moto and iMobile. So this tells me that 75% of the people have got a mobile phone, at least a single phone. 75% of the people have got at least a single phone, which indirectly means that 25% of the people don't have a phone. And that's what you have to find out. How many students do not have an iMobile or Motorola? So 25% is what you have to find out. And they have told overall there are 1920 students. So that means 100% of the students is 1920. And out of this 100%, 25% of the students don't have a phone. And that's what you have to find out. Now tell me, what is 25% of 1920? Yeah, 25 divided by 100 into 1920. Simplify. 25 ones are 25 fours are. Then now check. 4 fours are 16. Now don't stop here thinking that 480 will be the answer. Anyway, that's the answer for this problem. But whenever you have nota, that is none of the above as the answer choice, you should not approximate, but you have to check each and every value. That you have to keep in mind. So it's highly important that you will solve it fully. So 4 4s are 16, 3 comes as the remainder 32, 4 8s are 32, done. So there is no way that this will be a wrong answer now. 480 is the right one. So I believe that you people have understood this one. Right. So the question is available for all of you, and tell me what would be the right answer for this problem, and your 1 minute time starts now. Read the question fully and then only tell me the answer. Among L, M, N, O and P, each have different heights. The one who is second shortest is 72 centimeter. N is 92 centimeter. Only one person is taller than N. P is taller than L but shorter than O. O is not the tallest. Then find out which among the following is the most likely to be M's height. This is what the question. So data arrangement problems will never be solved unless you write something on a sheet of paper. So workbook is very important for data arrangement problem. So now what I'll do is I'll just start solving this problem. So just you have to solve this problem with respect to a bar graph. Okay, so first one is second shortest is 72 centimeters. So this person is the second shortest, okay, and he's 72 centimeter, and then N's height is given, he is 92. This is person N. And it is also given that there is only one person who is taller than N. So that means he is the tallest. The tallest guy is this guy. So now I will just name them, okay. I'll just name them as this is the second shortest and he is 72 centimeter, and there is definitely a person who is shorter than this guy, right? Because he is the second shortest, right? So that means definitely there will be a person before this guy. Okay, now N is 92 centimeters, so that means this person is 92 and he is N. He is N, and there is only one more guy who is there is only one guy who is taller than N, right? So there will be only one person here, and we don't know who that person is. Now read this. The person P is taller than L but shorter than O, and O is not the tallest. See, if O is not the tallest, O cannot come here, right? And O definitely has to be somewhere over here. This can be O, or this can be O, or there is one more guy over here, he can be O. Okay, so there are only 5 people, right? And I have just arranged them height wise. Now if you read this sentence, P is taller than L but shorter than O, and in order to be in that situation, only one possibility is there. This person has to be P. Only then I can say that P is taller than L. P is taller than L but shorter than O. This is the only possibility. There is no other possibility we have. So that's the reason why P becomes the second shortest and M will definitely be this person. So there is only one position left for M, and M has to be the tallest guy. And which among the following is the most likely to be M's height, right? So now if he is the tallest guy, he has to be more than 92 centimeter, right? So only one answer choice is available in the answer choices given, that is option C, 95 centimeter. And I will move on to the next question. Right, thank you so much for confirming, and I believe that you people are solving the problem. Right, so let me just go with the explanation here. And this problem ideally people will solve in the conventional method, but I don't like to solve the problems with conventional method, so I will go with the shortcut technique straight away. And how will I solve the problem of averages? Just if you have time, just pay attention here. That is, in order to find out the average of, let's say, 23, 25 and 27. Okay, this will be easy. I will go for 28. Okay, 23, 25 and 28. What would be the average? Ideally, people will go for this solution, right? 23 plus 25 plus 28 divided by 3. It's not wrong if you go by this particular approach, but how much time you require? 60, 73, 76. 76 divided by 3, that is 25.33. I believe 25.33 would be the answer, and this is right. But if you are really good at understanding the problem in a different way, then you would solve this problem like this. See, everybody will be given 23. This is the minimum value that everybody has, right? Just keep that 23 as it is. You don't have to add everything now. Now, how much extra is there? Just remove that alone. How much extra is there? Yeah, this person has 2 extra, the person B has 2 extra, and person C has 5 extra. Okay, understanding? So now how much extra is there? 7 extra is there, right? Now distribute this 7 equally to 3 people. How much each would get? Each would get 2.33. Each would get 2.33. That means in addition to this 23, everybody would get 2.33 extra. So average will become 25.33. Now this is the best method, right? Because you don't have to add numbers as such. It was a 2-digit number, and after you go on adding, you will get a 3-digit number if the number of terms are more. But that's not required. You can just maintain the minimum level, and how much is the difference? Just distribute that difference equally to the total number of people. That will be giving you the average. So similarly, what I'll do in this problem is, there are 80 students in a class whose average is 22. So I will just draw a line here. Okay, and this is for 80 students. This is the average of 80 students. So I will just draw like this, and there are a set of 20 faculties whose average is 37. So this is just a representation I'm writing, but you should not write all these things. These things have to be visualized in your mind. Okay, so why am I writing? Because this is how your calculation has to happen in your mind. So first of all, 80 students are there, 80 students, and their average is 22. Their average is 22. That means every one of these 80 students is at 22. That level has to be maintained, because that itself is the average, right? That equal value that everybody has itself is the average. And now, what will be the difference in the average if 20 faculties are included in the process whose average weight is, sorry, it's not weight actually, it should be age. Its average age is 37 years. That means another 20 people have added, and their average age is 37. And now what will be the difference in the overall average? Initially the average was only 22 years, right, for only 80 people. Now they have become 100 in count. 80 plus 20, what will be the average? You have to identify that first and then take the difference. But it's very easy now how to solve this kind of a problem. See, initial average is 22. That means everybody is at 22. All these 80 people are at 22. But now these 20 people have some extra amount, right? How much extra is there? 15 extra is there. That means each one of these 20 have 15 extra. 22, 37. Difference is 15, right? So each one has 15 extra. And how many such people are there? 20 people are there. And if I just remove this 15 into 20 away, then everybody is at 20 now, or everybody is at 22 now. I have removed this 15 into 20 extra, and whatever I removed, I have distributed this equally to how many people now? 80 plus 20, which is 100. So that means in addition to 22, everybody would get this much extra, and that itself is the new average. What is the average now? 21s are, 25s are, 51s are, 53s are. So that means on top of this 22, everybody would get 3 extra. So the new average is 25. This is for 100 people. This is for 100 people, 80 students and 20 faculties. And initially for 80 students alone, it was 22. And now you have to find out the difference in the average, right? What's the difference in the average? Just observe and check. It is 3. So that's how simple becomes the solution if you know the shortcut technique to solve a particular problem. So I think it's clear for everybody. So answer for this question is option B. All right. Quickly type clear in the chat section if you have understood this problem, and I will move on to the next question. And this is a syllogisms based question, and let me check who is the first one to answer this. But before that, quickly type your acknowledgement for the previous question. So I encourage all of you to solve the problem parallelly with me. Right. So now this is a syllogisms based problem, right? And very important aspect it is of TECH Mahindra Drive, and how to solve this kind of problems easily with the help of Venn diagram. That's what we're going to see now. Look at the statements and then look at the conclusions, and you have to find out which conclusions are true with respect to the given statements, right? So all bats are phones. How will you write all bats are phones? If you don't have the idea of this one, please watch the previous webinars on the channel in which certain problems have been explained clearly about the syllogisms. So I will just write how to write all bats are phones. See, all bats are phones means each and every bat is a phone. That means bat has to be inner circle and phone has to be the outer circle. Okay, so phone is outer circle, bat is inner circle. Next, all lamps are phones. That means lamp have to be inner circle and phone have to be the outer circle. So that means one possibility is this one. Okay, so lamp is here, okay, and phone is here. So that means bat and lamp have the intersection is there. This is one type of a diagram. But who told you that both bat and lamp will have an intersection? There will be certain conditions, or there might be another Venn diagram possible that bat and lamp will never intersect, something like this. See, all bats are phones and all lamps are phones, right? So there is no let's say condition that bat and lamp should be having intersection. Venn diagram can also be like this. See, both are correct. Both Venn diagrams are correct. We don't know which Venn diagram is correct because we clearly don't have any idea about the relationship of or relationship between bat and lamp. So both are correct. Now you have to check which conclusions in the given choices are correct. So the first one is some lamps are bats. In order to say some lamps are bats, there should definitely be a common area between lamps and bats. In the first case, it is there. That means some lamps are bats is definitely correct because there is a common area between lamp and bat. But in the second case, it is not there. So it is not correct in the second case. And look at the next one. No lamp is a bat. And no lamp is a bat means there should be a clear distinction between bat and lamp. And you can see it in the second Venn diagram, but in the first diagram it is intersection, right? So you cannot say that this is correct. And any conclusion is said to be a valid conclusion only if it gets satisfied in all the possible Venn diagram. Even if it fails in one Venn diagram, it cannot be considered a valid conclusion. So that means 1 is also not correct, 2 is also not correct. But here in the answer choice, you have only 1, only 2, either 1 or 2, both 1 and 2. So there is no answer choice like none of them is correct. So in such cases, what you have to observe is this is a special case, okay? And you can observe it if the conclusion 1, if you just look at conclusion 1, it is true in one case and it is failing in the other case. Okay, and if you look at conclusion 2, it's failing in the first case and qualifying in the second case. So that means if 1 is 1, the other one becomes 0, and if 1 is 0, the other one becomes 1. So 0, 1, 0, 1, high and low, this condition is there, right? So that means if a conclusion satisfies in one Venn diagram and fails in the other one, And the second one, if it fails in the first one and qualifies in the second one, you can always go for either 1 or 2. So this is a special case, and this pattern has to be there in order to say that either 1 or 2 is proper. Understanding? So the conclusion should qualify in one Venn diagram, and other one it should be not qualifying, and only in such cases you can go for either 1 or 2. So answer for this problem is either 1 or 2. Right, I believe that this question is clear to you, and I will move on to the next question. Now you can quickly type your acknowledgement in the chat whether or not you have understood this problem. So answer for this problem is either 1 or 2. And the next question is ready for all of you, and quickly make a note and then tell me the answer for this problem. And very simple one, and this question is from direction sense topic. So anybody? Right, so we'll go to the explanation part. City C is to the south of B. See, I always recommended my students to go with this approach when direction sense problems are asked. That means this basic diagram or basic representation should never be forgotten. So the idea is this one. So if you have something like this, just name them, okay? Name the direction. This becomes easier for solving. So this is north, then this becomes south, and if this is east, this would become west. And if you have this one, the remaining will become easy. Northeast, this will be southeast, this is southwest, and this will be northwest. Now C is to the south of city B. That means city C is to the south of city B. So that means I have to start from this point onwards, okay, every time. So if I fix this city C at this point, and this city C is to the south of city B. So now what I have to do, if city B is over here, then city C definitely to the south of B, right? So something like this. This is C. So C is here, B is here, and city C is to the south of B. This is south, right? Correct. And city A is to the north of city C. Now there is one more city called city A, and which is to the north of city C. Now where will you fix this particular city? Is it possible to fix the city A? And if you're feeling like city A to the north of city C, and if you fix it here, then you would say the answer as in which direction city A is located with respect to the city of B. So in that case, answer will be south. Okay. But who told you that it will be only here? They said that city A is to the north of city C, right? So I can also keep this city A on top of everything. Then also the statement will not change, right? Still this city A is to the north of city C, and now in this case it will become on top of B, and now the answer becomes north. Since we cannot fix this position of city A anywhere, the answer will be cannot be determined. We don't know where to fix this A. Because if I fix this A immediately after C, then position of A with respect to B will become south, and if I fix this above all, then position of A will become north to the position of B. So I cannot answer this question at all without knowing the appropriate position of A, city A. So answer will be cannot be determined for this problem. So be very, very careful about these kind of answer choices. Cannot be determined, none of the above. All these are very tricky, and you have to definitely pay attention to this kind of a problem especially. Right, so I believe that this question is clear to everybody, and this is a very simple one. And let me check who is the first one to answer this non-verbal reasoning question. So you can just see here, you just have to identify which pattern will be the best suitable choice in the question mark. You can quickly type your answer as A, B, C, D, E or F. See, all these are the questions that have been asked in TECH Mahindra in the recent test that has happened. And always the format of questions will be like this. So you have to pay full attention at least to these kind of problems. What would be the answer for this particular problem? Okay, Tejas is the first one to answer, I guess. Yes, he says F as the answer. And do we have any other? Yes, and the pattern is very important. Okay, how exactly these previous let's say sequences have been written. Only if you're good at that, you will get the answer. See, in the first figure, and this, let's say this is the third column. Whatever is here has been inverted exactly about this axis. Now presently it is upwards, right? And it is inverted directly. That means it's a mirror image about this axis in the third image. Just look at here. And similarly, if you can just look at here, okay, what's happening? It is rotating by 90 degree now. So if you just fix one particular logic, you will not be able to get it. But if you just observe the relationship between individual element, that means considering number 1, number 2 and number 3 together, you will definitely identify the pattern. And what is that pattern? Very simple, just observe here. They have removed this stake. Okay, they have removed this portion of the stake, and they have added to this point onwards. They have kept it and they have extended the line. And that's what you can see in the second figure. See, they have removed this line and they have extended the middle line to a little bit extra extent. And then what happened? They removed the first portion here. They removed the first portion and then they have made this particular part closed. Okay, that's what happened over here. So similarly, you have to identify over here. Initially, the figure was like this. Then they have removed the bottommost line, that is this line, and they have extended one of the lines. That is, they have extended this line here. So that's the reason why it is showing like this. Then they have removed the top one, the top extreme top line, and they have just kept it the way like this. And that's how you got this one. Now in order to solve this one, just this tick has to be placed as a continuation of this line. So you will get a picture like this, plus indicator or cross indicator in this picture. And now in order to answer this, this line has to be kept like this, right? This has to be kept like this. So where do you find this figure? Small line, bigger line, and then a dash. It is found in option F. So answer will be F for this particular problem. So non-verbal reasoning will always check your ability to think and observe the pattern in a given particular problem. So I believe this question is clear to everybody, and I will move on to the next one, and very famous for all sort of competitive examination and especially for TECH Mahindra. That is coding and decoding problem. And let me check who is the first one to answer this. A lot of you have said that F is the answer for the previous problem. That's really great. Okay, so let's check who gives the answer for this problem, and this is a coding and decoding related problem. If deer is bear, okay, if deer is bear is called la ra ti, all are bear is called T say re, and deer are stupid is coded as re, ra, po. Then how is stupid is bear coded in that language? So you have to identify the keywords or the, let's say, the encoded version for these individual words in stupid is bear, and you have to find out the answer. And there is a process. I will tell you how to do that. Probably you must be knowing. And if you know it, just solve it and type the answer in the chat. And if you don't know, let me just go with the explanation part. See, now what you have to identify, stupid is bear. You need to identify the code word for stupid is bear. But already these words have been used in the previous lines at least once. You can see bear over here and also here. Is present over here. And stupid is present in the third sentence. Now you have to identify which one would be the right one. But most of the people will think like this will be corresponding coding. That means deer will be equal to la. Let's say is will be identical to ra, and bear will be identical to t. Not necessarily in all the problems, okay? It will not be necessarily in the same order, but it will be shuffled. You have to identify that first. Now, in order to answer this question, what I'll initially go with, I can go with bear, because it is common in both first sentence as well as second sentence, and this is the only common term that you can see in first and second sentence, right? Identify the common code word. What is the common code word you find in both 1 and 2? La, ra, ti, and ti, se, re. So that means ti is the common word, right? And that will definitely for bear. So I got to know that bear will be t. And what will be the answer for this? Can I eliminate any of the answers? Yes, option B is eliminated because T is not at all there. But rest of the three answer choices have T. So this is how you step by step eliminate the wrong answer choices. Okay, now I'll move on to the next one. And the next one is I will go for, let's say, I will go for deer. Why I go for deer? Because deer is the only common word between statement 1 and statement 3. And if I identify deer, I got the keyword for bear, and I will also get the keyword for deer. So the remaining one will be is, right? So that's how I'll get the answer easily. So now I will check for deer, which is the only common term between first one and the third statement, deer, right? And coded version, in coded version you have la, ra, ti and re, ra, po. So that means ra is common in both, and that will be deer. Okay, that will be deer. Ra means it is deer. If ra is deer, then definitely answer for your question will be this one, la, right? La will be is. La will be is. And do you have any answer choice? Yes, done. This is gone because la is not there, and this is also gone. La is not there. So answer is option C. See, I did not even find out the answer for stupid, right? But still I got the answer. And this is how aptitude problems will be. You don't need to solve the problems fully sometimes, but you need to have that patience to solve the problem. So quickly type a clear in the chat if you have understood this. So answer is option C for this particular problem. Great. I will move on to the next question, and this is a very important question that is most likely to be asked in the upcoming drive. And this problem is from the concept of ratio. But ideally this problem is not a ratio problem, it is a simplification related problem. So Roni and Mark have X and Y number of sweets such that 5% of X and 4% of Y is 2/3 of the sum of 6% of X and 8% of Y. Find the ratio of X and Y. So expression, you have to convert this sentence into a mathematical format. That's the only thing you need to do here. So what I do? So sum of 5% of X. So that means 5% of X means 5 by 100 into X plus 4 by 100 into Y. So this sum is equal to 2 by 3rd of the sum of the 6% of X plus 8% of Y. And hereafter, don't take the values just like that. If simplification is possible, just simplify and then proceed with the calculation. Because if you go and proceed with the same, exactly the same numbers whatever have been given here, calculation will include a bigger number. So wherever simplification is possible, just do that. So I will do here 5 ones are 520 times, 4 ones are 425 times. Okay, and here also 2 by 3 into 6 by 100 into x, right? So 3 twos are 6, and let's say 2 into 2 is 4, 4 ones are 425s are. Okay, and here you can see 2 by 3 should be multiplied with this number also. Ones are 250s are. Okay, that is there, and then 4 twos are I think that cannot be possible, right? I will go like this. So this number 2 by 3 have to be multiplied with this number also. So what I'll do is, yes, I will simplify here itself first. So 4 twos are 8 and 4 25s are, okay, and now remaining is, yes, this 2 is there and this 2 is also there. So you will get 4 divided by 3 is there, right? 3 into 25 is 75. So simplification says that this will give me 1 by 20 times of x plus 1 by 25 times of y will be equal to, here everything cancelled and remaining is 1 by 25 of x minus plus, let's say here it is 4 by 75 of y. Now what do you need? Find the ratio of x and y, right? So you need answer as x by y format. So now you can just check common terms are there, right? So just group the common elements, coefficient of x together and coefficient of y together. Something like 1 by 20 minus 1 by 25 will be multiplied with x will be equal to 4 by 75, let it be here, minus 1 by 25 times of y. And you need to find out x by y. So I will write it over here, simplification part. LCM will become 100 in the denominator, then 5 minus 4, this will be into x will be equal to, here the LCM will 75 straight away, 4 minus 3 into x. Now what do you have to find out? X by y ratio, right? X by y. So take this y this way and take this 100 the other way. 100 divided by 75. What is 100 by 75? It is 4 by 3. So x is to y, ratio of x and y, right? So 4 is to 3 is the answer. It's not 3 is to 4, it is 4 is to 3. So I believe this question is clear to everybody. And now one more question for all of you is this one, and let me check who is the first one to answer. But please acknowledge your answer for the previous problem also. 4 is to 3 is the right answer for the previous problem. This is a data arrangement problem again. Let me check who is really good at data arrangement in this particular aspect. Read the question fully and then tell me the answer. Right, so we'll check it out. What's the right answer for this problem? There are 5 chairs kept in the front of table. All are facing the table. That means if I consider this as a table, and there are 5 chairs, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. All are facing towards the table. They are facing towards this. And now the person wearing a red shirt sits second to the left of the one who is wearing a blue shirt. Now here you cannot fix this positions of red and blue, right? Because we don't know where exactly they will sit. So in such cases, what you can do is I will take the same chairs over here. Okay, these are the 5 chairs, or I will not take 5 chairs, I will go for only 3. So that means the person who is wearing a red shirt, I will take the red person first. This is red. And the person wearing a red shirt sits second to the left of the person who is wearing a blue shirt. That means this is second to the left. This is the second left of blue. So first left will be here, right? And the blue will definitely be here. And only then I can say that red, if they are facing this direction, this is a table. Table is here, okay? And red is the second to the left of blue, means this will be the left side, and this will be the right side. And throughout the problem, I have to take in the similar way. So red, the person who is wearing a red shirt is second to the left of the person who is wearing a blue shirt. So this is the representation. Now, the person wearing a green shirt sits at one of the extreme ends. Now we don't know which is the extreme end, because I can place my 2 chairs to the right of B, or I can also place my 2 chairs to the left of R. These are the possibilities. Either this can be the answer or this can be the answer. We don't know. And now, the person wearing a green shirt sits at one of the extreme ends. Keep this thing in mind. And the person wearing a black shirt sits at an equal distance from those wearing blue and green shirt. Now it gives the clear idea. So that means the person who is wearing a black one will sit exactly the same distance from both blue and green, right? So definitely the person, whoever is sitting over here, green cannot be placed over here. So I told you one of the possibilities as this one, right? That means position of R, one person and B is here, and I will keep the remaining 2 chairs here. And if I fix green color over here, then it has been given that the person whoever is wearing a black shirt sits at equal distance from wearing blue and green shirt. So that means he has to be here. Okay, he has to be here. So that means this particular person will become a black. This person will become a black guy. So now he is equal distance, right, from both the people. Right. So now the question is, who sits at the extreme left end? Who sits at the extreme left end? That's the question. And answer for this particular problem will become a red shirt guy. Okay, a red shirt guy. Understanding? So this is how you do it. So you can just fix this particular question as one of the problems like this. See, R and blue shirt guy is here, and if you fix the position of green color over here, then where will you keep the let's say black guy? Black guy has to come and maybe here, or he has to come over here. Now let's say if he is here, then he will not be equal distance from green and blue, right? And the same way, if he is placed over here, he will not be equal distance from both black and green. So only possibility is that green has to be here and black has to be here. Now this is not required because they are asking you who is at the extreme left, right? See, green has been already given in the question, so green will not be the answer. So answer will definitely be for red will be the answer. So if you have understood this, quickly type your answer, let's say acknowledgement in the chat. And probably this could be the last question of the day. So answer is option A, red is the right one, because green has already been mentioned in the question itself, right? And you have to find out who is the other one, who is the other guy. So answer A will be the answer, the right one for this particular problem. And the last question that I've given is from time, speed and distance concept. And let us check who is the first one to answer this problem. Your timer has been activated. So Chelsea left the White House and traveled towards the Capitol at an average speed of 34 km per hour. So let's say this is the White House, and she started from here and traveled towards the Capitol at a speed of 34 km per hour. So she started traveling towards this way at 34 kmph. Jasmine left at the same time and traveled in the opposite direction. That means she is going in this direction. So this is Chelsea and this is Jasmine, and she is moving with a speed of 65 kilometer. So now you have to find out the number of hours that Jasmine needs to travel before they are 59.4 kilometer apart. So that means when they are 59.4 kilometer apart, how much time is taken by Jasmine to cover this particular distance, or in order to be at a distance of 54.9 kilometer from each other, how long this Jasmine has to travel. That is in terms of duration is the question. And this is a very simple question it is, because initially the distance of separation will be 0, right? Because both of them will be at White House. And then if one moves in the one direction and the other one goes in the opposite direction, then definitely distance will increase slowly. And that increment in the distance is responsible, or it is because of both the movements. That means both the people are moving, right? And because of their movement, this distance is increasing. And both of them will keep moving, right? And time taken by both of them will be the same. No matter after how long they will travel like this, the time taken, both will be going with the same time. So let's say after 1 hour, if they move 1 hour, then the one person will be moving only 34 kilometer and the other person will cover 65 kilometer. But the distance of separation will become 99 kilometer overall. Okay, but both the people will be covering their respective distance in 1 hour only, right? So the time will remain the same for both of the people. So now what you have to find out, you just have to find out the time taken. So time taken means what is the time taken to cover this 59.4 kilometer traveling with these two speeds, 34 and 65. So what is the formula for time taken? Time taken is distance by speed, right? And distance, they have said that it is 59.4 divided by, let's say two bodies are moving in the opposite direction, right? So to cover this 59.4, how much time they will take? So that means I told you 1 hour, they both will cover 99 kilometer, right? Because in one way the one person will cover 34 kilometer and in the other way the person will cover 65. So overall what is the distance covered by both of them together in 1 hour? 99. So that means speed will become the relative speed in this particular case. Two bodies are moving in the opposite directions. That means relative speed becomes sum of the speeds. So now if you are good at observation, you will just cancel it out here itself. 99 ones are, and 99, if 99 is a very difficult term, you can just split it as 90 plus 9. 9 6 are 54, right? That means you will get 540. 90 into 6 is 540 and 9 6 are 54. So overall you get 594. Definitely this 594 is divisible by 99. How many times? 6 times. But there is one decimal point should be shifted, right? So your answer will be 0.6. So answer is 0.6 hours for this particular problem. A very simple problem, but you have to identify the pattern and then tell the answer or give the right answer. So that's all from my side in today's session, and I believe that the session was useful to all of you. And before I wind up, I also inform you one more time that if you have not joined our Telegram channel yet, this is the right time to join, because all the test related queries, maybe the registration links and when is the off-campus drive, the schedule, date, everything will be posted on the Telegram channel. So it is a better option for all of you to be updated regarding all the upcoming placement drives, because every information will be posted on our Telegram channel, and at the same time you will get the quizzes related to these mass recruiters companies, so that you can prepare yourself better for these kind of placement drives. And also, before I wind up, I just would like to give you some inputs on our social media platform. So we have our Facebook channel, that is Facebook/Ethnus, Instagram profile, that is Instagram/code_Mithra. And here is where you'll be getting the updates on the recent technologies and the recent training programs that we are giving for the people, internship courses, certification courses, everything. Every update will be on our official social media platforms. And if you have not subscribed to our YouTube channel yet, please do that now. Subscribe so that and if you just hit the bell icon there, you will be notified every time whenever we post a new video. And that's all from my side in today's session. We will meet you in one more webinar shortly, and until then, it's bye bye from Chetan Kumar. Have a wow and delightful career till then. Bye bye. So link is available in the chat section. So if you have not joined yet, so this is the right time. Please join the channel.